Hey everyone, and thanks for joining us today. We're going to be talking about how to elevate your real estate marketing with aerial video tours. I have a special guest, Brian Collin, that will be joining me on today's call. Jeff Finn, unfortunately, is out of Sarasota, Florida, and is not be able to join us due to the hurricane, and our wishes and prayers are with him and his family or safe return and recovery. We're going to be going in this session here. I'm going to be going through some slides, take a deep dive in. We'll take a moment then to locate the questions and go through the webinar questions for each and everybody here today. So if you do have questions, you're going to be in listen only mode. That doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you. It just means that we can't have everybody talk all at once, as we have more and more attendees coming on because they want to learn how to get access to these aerial video tours and what they can do to benefit them. We really want to give you that competitive advantage, stand out from the crowd, and it's more important to do that from ever. We'll talk a little bit about PICs and the latest technology on those video tours. We'll offer some game-changing solutions for commercial real estate professionals and companies looking to elevate their marketing. It's interesting, just recently, there was some conversation on social media about what do we do to turn things from 2D into 3D and video tours. And so this couldn't come at a better time. We appreciate everybody coming on here today. I'm going to be controlling some of the PowerPoint stuff as we go into here, and then I'll be turning this over to Brian. So bear with me as we get started. And again, thanks everybody for coming on. And if you do have questions, please pop those in. I know this has a tendency sometimes to go a little fast, so I'll try to slow down as much as possible. So again, thanks everybody for coming on today, and thanks Brian for joining us here. So today we're going to be talking about some applications and uses, some value propositions, features, as well as additional pricing here. And Brian's going to walk us through some of that. Brian, are you ready to go up?
I'm ready. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, and everybody can see the screen. Since I can't see any of the notes on here, if you can just tell me when I need to brush through the next slide, that would be super beneficial until I can get PowerPoint reinstalled on my computer.
Yeah, go to the next slide. So these are the things we're going to go over. And these are the definitions of really what it is. These are professionally edited videos that we create using a combination of Google Earth, satellite technology, as well as drone. It can be one or the other or both. And then we add graphics to it. And those graphics include, text overlays to a lot of the other things that you're going to see, showing the neighborhood, showing the roadways, showing different economic facts. And there are two different types which will go in. But the first type is about location or locations of properties or land. And the second is promotional about for a broker or brokerage to talk about, coverage area and what it is that you do. So to understand, the best way to do it is to watch. So this is a property aerial tour. Click it, the video should pop up, Matt. Maybe click it again. Yeah, okay, play that. So this is something, oh, it's really choppy on your computer. All right, so this is normally not choppy, just Matt running a lot of stuff on there. But essentially what it's doing is it's highlighting the best features of a property and its location. These include proximity to key landmarks, parks, modes of transportation within its local, regional context. Depending on the property type, you may want to highlight the location of nearby schools, shopping, public amenities. This provides a thorough understanding of the entire area while creating a strong emotional connection with viewers. Go to the next one, please. And this is the promotional one, if you can play this, Matt. So as a broker, you want to show your listings, your closed transactions, your market knowledge, skills and expertise, something that can be in your email signature as a link so that you don't have to talk yourself up every call, but people can see and learn more about you and your team size or the fact that you do both office and industrial so that they can learn that about you without you having to mention that. It can be on your social media. And for a company, it's important to set your brand apart from the competition by highlighting the accomplishments that you have while building credibility and trust. In both cases, you want to immediately capture the viewer's attention and leave a positive, lasting impression. We can go to the next slide. And so, yeah, you can click all through these so we can read them. What we're really excited about is that, you know, you can take multiple unmemorable pages from a PowerPoint and combine them into a single video that is incredibly memorable, so that when somebody's thinking, oh, I need a broker to do this, or I need this, or I really like the way that they promoted this other property, I want to use that person. It's a way to help win more business, and that's really the key to it. And they've been proven, we've done hundreds of these, that they're effective for both buyers and sellers, from getting more offers, getting more interest, getting more excitement, reducing the need to travel. And for the buyer, it's getting familiar with a lot of things before that first visit. And for the seller, it's to help the listing really stand out and you know, again, to get more offers and win more business.
Yeah, and keep in mind, everybody, as we have these videos embedded, these videos can be embedded in your Market Edge marketing collateral as well. So not just inside of a PowerPoint or on your social media or on YouTube or on your own website. These videos are giving to you that you get to own, right, Brian? I mean, they own these. There's no
Yeah,
licensing or additional
absolutely.
licensing. Yeah,
Yep.
so you guys get to totally own these videos. You can put them into your marketing cloud, or you can put them in your email marketing. You can use it with Market Edge, and it really helps set things apart. Also, I know everybody on this call doesn't just do commercial real estate sales. You do leasing, you might do debt services, you might do business brokerage. Now we can apply all that and create those videos, and again, to help it stand out from your competition. If you're new and you're part of a team, utilize your team's background and their ways and their wins and everything to help out and deliver more valuable, so you can win more offers, get more interest and more engagement overall.
Exactly right. So what really makes us unique, besides the technology and we have all the different software, and is that we're helping create the storyboard. We're writing the story on how this property would be portrayed properly, or the story of how would we pitch this, you know, brokerage firm or whatever it is, and really think through what's going to be the build up, what's going to be the visuals that go alongside of it, and to really, you know, work with you to develop something rather than something that's very cookie cutter and plain or fake from, you know, AI. You're just going to get a lot more quality, which is going to lead to just significantly higher conversions. So now we really think about what makes a scene. And in an aerial video tour, it's a specific segment where the satellite view focuses on a particular point of view to display a distinct category of information, such as landmarks, transportation routes, or neighborhood boundaries. And, you know, the ideal amount of points of interest in a scene is about 5 to 7, because we're not trying to overwhelm the viewer so that they can't catch everything that's going on in each scene. And these are some of the more common scenes that we do, just because it fits a lot of different categories on, you know, properties that are being promoted or individuals that are being promoted. The next slide, Matt, please. So the features, and each tier has a certain number of features that are included. So you get somewhere between 3 and 6 of these features, depending on the tier that you want. And the one that you won't know is 360 Meet, which is a streaming platform that we developed for storing content and sharing files without latency. So as you saw, the video was choppy because maybe Matt's computer was overworked, or just streaming over this platform makes it choppy and slower. We've solved for that. So if you're doing a virtual a presentation remotely, then it can play in perfect quality for the viewer. And then the premium ones, we want to be the end-to-end. That these are additional charges, but we are your one-stop shop when you need drone capture or creating 3D building models, so that we can show for a new development what the future state will look like with the new roadways and the buildings or the houses, and how it will look, the ingress, egress, all that kind of stuff.
So how much of this, Brian, is provided by the broker or the brokerage team or whoever is purchasing this, versus how much is being provided by the visualization team here at RealNex and you?
Sometimes very little, and sometimes very involved. Some clients want to just, you know, get everything done in a 15-minute kickoff call and answer all the questions we have, and we do it all. And some want to be involved in the process, and really focus in on, you know, every little detail. I would say the majority are more uninvolved, so that, you know, they'll get a few questions over email 3 different times, they'll respond, and then we give them a script, and then they make, you know, a couple selections, and then they're good to go. And then they'll see it and they'll say, oh, I want to change this text to this thing, and then I want to add, you know, my other phone number instead of this phone number, and then it's done. And the turnaround time's quick. You know, we're turning these around in you know, between a week and 2 weeks, so that you can get them and use them.
Fantastic. So you're pretty malleable when it comes to that, because me, I have a hard time using PowerPoint. As you can see here, I tried getting it on so Brian didn't have to say click deck. For me, I would need to use Brian for 99% of it. But some of you on this call, I know you personally, and I know you like to be really hands-on, and it sounds like you can do either way with this video tour. And here's going to be a premium example with drone footage and videography for each person. And like Brian mentioned, the 360 media is going to take away the grainy, and it's going to take away the latency and everything that you're seeing on here with me. So it's going to solve for all that stuff, and it makes it so much better than what you see on other things, whether it's Zoom or GoToMeeting or Google. It takes away all the latency with that 360 media. It's an absolute amazing program, and I think it even gives you some statistics in there too as well, Brian.
Yeah, you can see all different types of analytics there also. But yeah, this is a video where we are, you know, expanding the visuals, showing the interior, and for a building that's premium, or that you have an exclusive to lease out a whole lot of floors and they change over time, this can be used over and over again for the same property. So that's kind of ideal, and to get this real up close experience, to see that you're next door to the baseball stadium, and then you're thinking, as a potential business owner, as a potential tenant, well, I would love to be able to go to games and bring clients there. Oh wow, we're going to be able to walk along the water to go there. And this is something that really helps sell the location, and to get a real understanding of, well, how close is it, how, you know, how next door are we, how exciting is this, you know, spot overlooking the water, is it exactly where, you know, how long's the walk to get to the subway station. Those kind of answers are given to the viewer to really help them figure out, well, this is actually what I really wanted. So now they become more interested in the property.
Now, question with that. So say we're trying to pitch a certain business. Maybe we're going after a company that would occupy space here, and more than one company would want to occupy that space. Is this something that we can go ahead and get with you, Brian? And then if we're going to pitch 5 different companies, maybe we're going after Whole Foods and we're going after Target and we're going after everybody else, can you change those logos then for us if we needed an update or anything to those videos?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have ways of, for when you want to do personalized tours, we'll put their logo in the front of it, but then we'll also put it on the wall in the office, and we'll put like the tagline um, throughout. So things that'll really connect to them, and it'll make it seem like you spent time and money for just them because it looks like it's personalized for them, when in fact it was, just an hourly charge, and maybe you spent an extra $40 to get this other version, and instead of getting a whole new video, and then it can just be a really impressive presentation and a relationship that you've built by just adding a little bit to it for them.
So it's ever
And this is,
evolving, which is fantastic.
yep.
And what's the difference between a premium time lapse and a non-time lapse premium?
So this is one of the new features, and Jeff actually had the idea of it to showcase a time lapse of going back 20, 30 years, maybe every 5 years, every 10 years, to show how the expansion in an area has happened. So for a new land development that's outside of the main city area, by doing a time lapse, you may be able to see, wow, this plot of land is actually the next logical place where the city is going to expand. So if we are going to make a wager that, Houston is going to expand over the next 5 years, well, this plot is really the spot that you're going to be going to if it expands to the west or the north or wherever it is that we're showcasing. So it's another tool that we have to showcase for certain property types, um, how they're going to expand, or how much growth has been happening, and how this land or this new development is becoming uh, a real premium. That's
And
the
this
idea.
and this is something that you and your team would be providing for them, Brian. So if Paul says, "Hey, I want to show what Utah would look like and how it's grown over the years," this is some of the data that you would provide, or is that something that would be provided by
Absolutely. We
Paul?
we create it all, we provide it all, we do all that deep digging. When there's certain facts about, what deals the brokers closed, or what information they want to include about the building, whether it's the price per square foot or the sales price or the key tenants, that comes from the client gives us that information that we insert into this. And we can go on to the next one. So this is an example of our AVR, which is a 3D model, so we can place a model in the building. So a lot of the satellite views, the building isn't there, or it doesn't look good. Maybe you're trying to show it after renovation, or a new development, you're trying to show what it is, and we can show it from multiple vantage points, exactly how it will look in that space. And what we can end up doing is, when the satellite views are not good, or there's, things that you don't want to see, we can cut those out, remove them. And when there's, renovation going on, you don't want to show drone footage from there because it's not appealing. We can show it as if that stuff is not going on, because at some point it won't be going on.
So would this be kind of considered like augmented reality almost because you have reality with some virtual reality?
Exactly right. So it's we call it AVR, and it's one of the premium add-ons to our tours.
Okay, so this is new. I haven't seen this. This is pretty cool to be able to see the visualization in there because I actually worked on this project with a developer on this athlete center here, and it's really neat to be able to see it come to life in an augmented reality fashion.
For sure. So this is our comprehensive marketing. We can present the videos in a lot of ways. You can have it where we host it. You have a URL, it can be streamed, it can be embedded, it can be downloaded into, PDFs, emailed out, but it can also be built into a standalone website. So you can have an aerial tour along with other information, along with other videos, pictures, renders, contact info, so that you can have a full website dedicated to a property or a deal, and have it located there. And it can really seamlessly integrate with, your other documentation that you want to have available for people that are looking, um, without having to build the whole website on your own. We do all of this and build it all, for the client. And this thing, can include the 3D virtual tours, the renderings, other videos, our videos, marketing messages, back and forth. And it's very easy to use and easily deployed. And it's like very basic. You can just click the buttons on the side, you see them, it opens right away, so that there's no confusion. You can just email it to somebody and you don't have to follow up with an explanation on how to use it, because some people are just not as tech savvy as others.
And I've tested this on my mobile phone as well, so this is mobile friendly. So
It
if
is.
someone wants to access this on their mobile device, they can. So if Mary sends it over to me and I access it on my phone or my iPad or anything that's mobile related or connected to the internet, you can view this on. It could be a big screen and you can have this, inside when someone walks in there. You can put it on a kiosk or anything else. And like I said, it's mobile friendly because I've actually tested this one on my mobile device to make sure that I was able to visualize it on there.
Perfect. So here is the pricing. So remember, the 5 to 7 points of interest are recommended per scene. And then just depending on the region, we kind of help out and let you know if it's going to look crowded or if we should add another, hotel or mall or activity. And the basic features which we had showed, and the number of scenes, and that's what comes in the video. The Pro will be typically around 45 seconds. Premium anywhere from, Pro is 45 seconds to a minute. Premium is about a minute and a half to 2 minutes. And Elite can be, 2.5 to 3 minutes, or it can just be shortened a little faster, but more of a premium, ripping through different scenes quicker. And so these are the things that we are trying to solve for. How do we attract and engage clients? How do we allow for proper decision making? How do we accelerate the sale leasing process and create connections? And then how do we win more business from this, whether it's the buildings next door or additional deals? That's always what, matters at the end of the day.
So how to find RealNex VR? What's the way if someone wants to contact us, get some more information, get some pricing, talk to you, have a one-on-one conversation with you to see what level they need, whether that's premium, standard, or anything else?
Yeah, so it's literally just, email me. We can set up a call anytime, even just to talk through. And my contact info should be on there. You can go to the website and reach out exactly how you're showing it. Right through that contact us. And I think we will, oh, skip that. That was for the last one. We already did that one. And this is my contact info. We'll send everyone a follow-up email that's join the call or registered for it so that you'll be able to have this, and then you can just go to the end of the presentation or respond to the email to get the contact information to reach me directly.
So I try to answer a lot of the questions as we go through, just so it just becomes a lot more fluid. I know sometimes people wait till the end to ask their questions. I'd like to get from the audience, what questions do you have? One of the questions was, if I go ahead and do the standard one and then I want to upgrade it to a premium, is that something I can do?
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
and then I would just pay the difference between one to the other one, I would assume? Or would I have to pay the whole additional cost? So if I pay
No,
for the
you just pay the
standard and I find
difference.
that
So
works.
yeah, exactly right. So say you do a video for a property and then you get a listing down the street. We may be able to reuse those scenes, and it may be a very small cost. You may pay $100 for that second tour by just adding or making some small changes to it because you own them, that you don't need to do it from scratch every single time.
So sometimes the initial outlay is going to be a little bit more expensive, but we might be able to use that for the next 20 years or the next 10 years or whatever it is. So David right now has, 3 listings and he wants to showcase his listings he has. But as he grows and grows and grows and grows, and now he has 12 listings and 18 listings, he can continually add that to it. And there's only a small cost to do that.
That's right. So say that we're doing, biggest deals that were closed for a promotional one. Maybe at the end of the year, they want to add in 2 more deals that may be 5 minutes, 10 minutes of time. So you're going to spend $20 to have an updated video with your newest big success. That can now be the video that you have as, part of your email and your LinkedIn and different presentations that you may give.
Interesting. I never even thought about it like that. That was an amazing question. Thank you so much for putting that question in there, Dave. Also, a couple other questions that came in. Drone video, is that always provided by them, or is that something they can have done through us, or can they provide drone video? Like, how does the drone video work?
Both. Yeah. So we can take existing drone footage and add it to the tour. And that's a basic feature that's included. Or we can hire the videographer and capture and then also add it to the tour, which is a premium charge. So it's taking existing collateral or doing it end to end.
Okay, and then another question is, are your drone operators licensed? Because a lot of areas drone operators can't get to, and we want to make sure that they can get to certain locations if they're around, airports and so forth, if there's buildings around there, because people have had experiences before in the past where they couldn't get the drone footage they thought they could because they weren't licensed operator. How does that all work?
Yeah, so we are absolutely licensed. We only use licensed people throughout the country. So that means that, in DC, we're not going to get any drone footage 2 miles away from the White House. We just finished a deal there. You just can't get it. It's just no permission allowed if it's not for, government safety kind of thing. So if it's not licensed, if it's at an airport, something like that, there is no drone footage that we are going to be able to get. But we can always check and figure out what the licensing is to be able to get those permissions for wherever it's desired.
Well, fantastic. I don't think we really have any more questions. Remember, if you do have additional questions, bcolin@realnex.com. You can reach out to your local rep, Kevin Nguyen in the central region, Jen McCabe in the eastern region, or myself, Matthew Smith, in the western region. We're here to answer everything for you. We will be sending a email follow-up along with a copy of the slide deck, as well as a recording of this video. Hopefully I did a good job stepping in for Jeff. I am not good with PowerPoint, so I did everything on the line here with Brian. So I appreciate everybody coming on here today. And thank you again, Brian, for teaching everybody about aerial tours. And I love the fact that you can start as a standard tour and you can add more if you want to go to a premium, or you can just simply grow with your professional portfolio as you lease more buildings, as you sell more buildings, it grows. And then more importantly, we do not charge a licensing fee for it, so it is yours, collateral to own. And then on top of that, our drone operators are licensed, so they can probably get into areas that other drone operators wouldn't be able to get in, except for the White House. But if you know anybody there, let us know, and maybe we can get some drone footage. Appreciate everybody joining today. Brian, I can't thank you enough. It's always good talking. I love working with you, and looking forward to it. And I can't wait to see 360 meet and have you guys see how awesome that is, getting the analytics and seeing how enriched these videos are, because what I showed you here isn't as amazing as they look. Wait till you see them on your screen and they don't have the GoToMeeting lag and so forth. It'll be mind-blowing for you. Thank you all. Have a great Thursday. And if you're in Florida and you're watching from somewhere else, we hope everybody's doing well. We know you're getting hit by some of these hurricanes, and we'll talk to everybody soon. And thank you again so much.